What if I told you like a single speck of dust could cost more than a skyscraper? That a diamond is just carbon, yet there's a gemstone worth 10 times more? That scientists once lost 1.5 billion yuan in just 15 minutes? Today we're diving into a world where a gram can cost more than a private island. And some materials are so rare, they could start wars. But the number one most expensive material? It's something that could power entire cities or destroy them in an instant. Let's begin. Let's start with saffron, the spice that's literally worth its weight in silver. But why? Each thread is hand-picked from the Crocus sativus flower. It takes 170,000 flowers to make 1 kilogram. That's 40 hours of labor per gram. And here's the kicker. Climate change is shrinking saffron farms by 90% in some regions. Farmers in Kashmir now guard their fields with armed patrols. So next time you sprinkle saffron into your paella, remember, you're tasting a dying tradition and liquid gold. Gold, the metal that built empires and destroyed civilizations. The Aztecs called it the sweat of the sun, but today it's mined in hellish conditions. In 2023, a single illegal mine in Peru collapsed, trapping 200 workers. Yet we still hoard it in vaults. Why? Gold is indestructible. All the gold ever mined still exists, even the jewelry from Cleopatra's time. But here's the twist. Scientists recently discovered 20 quadrillion tons of gold in our oceans. The catch? Extracting it costs more than it's worth. Talk about irony. Rhodium, the king of catalytic converters. This metal stops your car from spewing poison, but it's also turned auto theft into a billion-dollar racket. In 2022, thieves in London stole 14,000 converters in 6 months. But here's the twist. Rhodium isn't just for cars. The world's most exclusive jewelry brands coat their pieces in rhodium to make them shine brighter. So that silver ring, it's probably wearing a $400 rhodium tuxedo. Plutonium, the angel and devil of the periodic table. It fueled the bomb that flattened Nagasaki, but it also powers robots on Mars. NASA's Perseverance rover runs on a plutonium-238 battery, which will last 14 years. But here's the catch. Plutonium is so deadly, a speck can cause cancer. Yet the US only has 35 pounds left for future missions. Scientists are now begging Congress, give us more or we'll lose the stars. Red beryl, Utah's buried secret. Discovered in 1904, this gem forms only when magma, beryllium, and manganese collide in a volcanic tantrum. There's only one mine producing it, and most crystals are smaller than a rice grain. In 2019, a 3-carat red beryl sold for $1.2 million. But here's the tragedy. 90% of these gems are too fragile to cut. They're the Mona Lisas of the gem world, priceless but locked away in vaults. Tritium, the ghost light. This radioactive gas lights up exit signs without electricity, but its real magic is in fusion energy. The ITER reactor in France uses tritium to mimic the sun's power, but there's a problem. Tritium is rarer than unicorn tears. Only 25 kilograms exist globally, and it's legally traded between governments. In 2023, a Canadian lab accidentally flushed $50 million worth down the drain. Taphate, the gem that shouldn't exist. In 1945, Count Edward Taffa found it in a box of random stones. For decades, experts thought it was a hoax. Today, only 50 fasted taphites exist. The most famous? A 10-gram stone hidden in a Swiss bank vault. Rumor says it's cursed. The last owner vanished in 1997. Coincidence? Maybe. But would you risk it? Diamonds, the greatest marketing scam in history. De Beers stockpiled mines in the 1800s to fake scarcity, but the real cost? Blood. Today, lab-grown diamonds are crashing the market. Yet, we still pay $55,000 a gram for a rock that's literally just carbon. As the saying goes, a diamond is forever, but so is regret. Painted, the holy grail of gems. For 60 years, only 3 crystals existed. Then, in 2005, a secret vein was found in Myanmar. But getting it? You'll need to bribe warlords, dodge landmines, and survive malaria. In 2018, a 1.7-gram painite sold for $500,000 at Sotheby's. But here's the twist. 80% of painite is owned by a reclusive Japanese collector. His name? Nobody knows. His collection? Priceless. Californium, the nuclear detective. This man-made element can sniff out bombs, find oil, and even treat cancer. But here's the catch. Only 0.5 grams are made yearly. In 2022, Russian spies tried to smuggle californium through Estonia. They failed. But what if they hadn't? Governments treat it like plutonium's smarter sibling. Deadly but too useful to ban. The ultimate paradox, a weapon that saves lives. Antimatter, the universe's most expensive fuel. When matter and antimatter collide, they annihilate in pure energy. Just 1 gram could power humanity for centuries or vaporize a continent. But here's the problem. It takes $62.5 trillion and 1,000 years of CERN's output to make a gram. And in 2023, scientists lost 15 minutes of antimatter due to a power glitch and $1.5 billion gone. From spices worth their weight in silver to antimatter that could power or destroy the world, we've just scratched the surface of Earth's most valuable materials. But here's the question. If you could own just one of these, which would it be? And more importantly, would you even be able to afford it? Drop your answer in the comments because trust me, some of these might be closer to your wallet than you think.